Поїхали.
Okay, hello boys and girls, hello dear students, my name is Irina and today I would like to share with you some tips and to help you to pass your exam successfully. So today we're going to discuss a few themes. We will start with the theme school and I would like to pay your attention to some vocabulary. We will start revising our vocabulary. So let's have a look. If we're talking about school subjects, I will read in English and you can follow the translation and revise the vocabulary. So, school subjects: art, biology, business administration, business studies, chemistry, civic education, English, world languages, French, geography, German, history, ICT, mathematics or math, music, physical education or PE, physics, religious education, science, sport. If we're talking about types of school, we may speak about boarding schools, college, evening classes, kindergarten, language school, lower secondary school, nursery school, police or military academy, polytechnic, primary school, private school, secondary school, state school, technical college, university, vocational school. If we would like to describe things and places, we may use the following vocabulary: canteen, classroom, computer room, gym or gymnasium, hall, head teacher's office, library, locker, notebook, notice board, playground, rubber, ruler, school bag, science lab, sharpener, sports field, staff room, uniform, and whiteboard. And some phrases. Studying at school: absence, attend lessons or classes, attendance, be expelled from school, be present or be absent, broaden one's horizons or broaden one's knowledge, certificate, cheat in the exam, class tutor, cram all night for a test, or cram all night before an exam, develop skills, do homework, enroll at an institution or enroll on a course, enrollment, extracurricular activities, final exam, free period, get a scholarship, get into university, get marks, get nervous before an exam or get nervous before a test, grade, graduate from university, high standards of teaching, learn by heart, leave school, make mistakes, make progress, mark exam, motivation, participate in a lesson, pass to the next class, play truant, quick test or short test, resist a geography examination or retake a geography examination, revise for an exam, school report, school trip, school leaving exams, set a lot of homework, skip lessons or skip classes, miss lessons or miss classes, student exchange, study hard, take a course in or do a course in, take an exam or sit an exam, new teaching methods, modern teaching methods, term, textbook or a course book, school timetable. If we're talking about students and teachers, we may use the following adjectives: ambitious, competent or incompetent, creative, demanding, fair or unfair, messy, motivated or motivating, organized, patient, punctual, strict, systematic, understanding. One more theme that can be connected with school life is violence at school. Bully, different forms of aggression, physical and verbal abuse, victim. So, another words and phrases that may be useful. Bell, classmate or schoolmate, compulsory classes or optional classes, entrance exam, examiner, have primary education, have secondary education, have higher education, and have vocational education. Have private lessons in, for example, chemistry, or take private lessons in chemistry. I'm doing political science. I am in the third year of law, or I am in the third year of medical school. Lecturer, parent-teacher meeting, postgraduate studies, provide lessons or provide classes, offer lessons or offer classes, sit at a desk with someone. Also pay attention, please, to some adjectives and prepositions. We may use the following phrases: anxious about, bored with, furious about. Okay, I can see that Vlad is joining us. Yes, am I right? Vlad, can you hear us? Tell me, please. Vlad, can you hear us? Влада поки ми щось не чуємо. Влада ми не чуємо, ну спробуємо, можливо, трошки пізніше. So, let's continue with our vocabulary. The next phrase, be fond of, good at, be late for, nervous about, patient with, pleased with, qualified for, terrible at, tired of, useful for, worried about, be wrong about. So now we will practice. We will start with reading and comprehension. It's one of the tasks that you will have during your exams. So let's have a look at the first task. Так, Влад, let's try one more time. Ще раз спробуємо. Влад, ну скажи, будь ласка, чуєш нас? Мікрофон у тебе працює. О, Влада поки ми не чуємо. Okay. So, let's have a look at the task. Our task is to read the text below and to choose from A to H the one which best fits each space, from 1 to 6. And there are 2 choices you do not need to use. Before doing this task, let's have a look at some exam tips that may help you. The first, you should read the text quickly for general understanding. Тобто ми читаємо текст для загального розуміння. Then you look through the list of phrases and read the text again. This time paragraph by paragraph. Потім ми дивимося з вами на ті вирази, які вам пропонують, і вже читаємо знову ж таки текст, другий абзац за. Pay special attention to the sentences before and after each gap. The correct option must logically complete the writer's meaning and grammatically fit the gap. Тобто потім, коли ми підбираємо речення в пропуски, ми звертаємо увагу на речення, яке йде до і після пропуску, щоб логічно підібрати пропущене речення, як за змістом, так і граматично. And then take note of reference items. For example, pronouns he, she, it, there may help you and identify what they refer to. This will help you understand the text. Ми так само звертаємо з вами увагу на слова, які нам можуть допомогти, такі як займенники, і ми розуміємо, про що в нас іде мова, щоб доповнити пропуск. So let's have a look. we have got the text Anti-Bullying Week. So we will read the text, we will have a look at the gaps and fill in the gaps. Так, Влад, ще раз спробуємо, можливо, зараз мікрофон запрацює, бо поки Влада ми, на жаль, не чуємо. Влад лише буде на слух. Окей. So, let's read the text with the gaps. Да? Читаємо спочатку з пропуском to get the understanding. Last year at Lanford High, many parents and teachers were worried about the rise in bullying. There was a PTA, Parent-Teacher Association meeting, and they invited the organization NMB, No More Bullies, to attend. NMB works to help stop bullying in schools and also aims to create awareness about cyberbullying. This type of bullying occurs through the use of social media and especially among children. NMB informed the PTA of some of the signs of bullying. The physical signs such as cuts, bruises, and torn clothes are easy to spot. There are, however, also emotional and behavioral ones that need to be kept in mind. A child that acts strangely, stops eating or talking, is unhappy and cries or often loses money and other personal belongings, is definitely going through something. The organization gave advice on how teachers and parents should talk to a child that they think and how best to deal with the bullies themselves. There was also a detailed discussion on cyberbullying. They placed emphasis on the importance of helping children understand what they need to look out for, and at the meeting, the school decided, the school decided to have an anti-bullying week, which turned out to be a huge success. The aim of this campaign was to raise awareness through discussion. Pupils were encouraged to speak out against bullying and to let victims of bullies know that they are there to help. One of the ideas that came from this campaign was to start a website and online. These act as a support system. There is also a link to the NMB website where students can reach online counselors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So now we will have a look at the variants that we should fill in. So A, bullies are often pupils who feel insecure. B, is a victim of bullying. C, that requires attention. D, how to protect themselves from this type of bullying. E, we must take action. F, the teacher spoke to classes. G, is increasingly common. H, that may be used by anyone requiring help or advice about bullying. So now we return to our text. Let's have a look at the first part and let's fill in the gaps. So last year, London and Lanford High, many parents and teachers were worried about the rise in bullying. There was a PTA, Parent-Teacher Association meeting, and they invited the organization NMB, No More Bullies, to attend. NMB works to help stop bullying in schools and also aims to create awareness about cyberbullying. This type of bullying occurs through the use of social media, and so let's have a look at the variants. So here we will use variant G, is increasingly common. So we are talking about this type of bullying. Yes, this type of bullying occurs through the use of social media and is increasingly common, especially among children. NMB informed the PTA of some of the signs of bullying. The physical signs such as cuts, bruises, and torn clothes are easy to spot. There are, however, also emotional and behavioral ones that need to be kept in mind. A child that acts strangely, stops eating or talking, is unhappy and cries or often loses money and other personal belongings, is definitely going through something. So let's have a look at the variant that we have here. Let's have a look. Variant C. Yes, will be correct. That requires attention. So we are talking about the child. Yes, that requires attention. And let's continue. The organization gave advice on how teachers and parents should talk to a child that they think. Let's have a look. Variant B, yes, is a victim of bullying. Again, we are talking about a child. Yes, a child that they think is a victim of bullying. And how best to deal with the bullies themselves. There was also a detailed discussion on cyberbullying. They placed emphasis on the importance of helping children understand what they need to look out for. And so let's have a look at the variants. Variant D will be correct. How to protect themselves from this type of bullying. So let's have a look. Understand how to protect. Зрозуміти, як вони можуть допомогти. The continuation of the first part of the sentence. At the meeting, the school decided to have an anti-bullying week, which turned out to be a huge success. The aim of this campaign was to raise awareness through discussion. Pupils were encouraged to speak out against bullying, and let's have a look. So gap number 5, it's letter F. Teachers spoke to classes to let victims of bullies who know that they are there to help. It is the beginning of the second part of the sentence. Yes, we're talking about the teachers who speak to their students to let victims of bullies know that they are there to help. One of the ideas that came from this campaign was to start a website and phone line. This acts as a support system. So let's have a look. Letter H, that may be used by anyone requiring help or advice about bullying. So again, we're talking about a system, yes, a support system, and pronoun that helps us to finish this part. That may be used by anyone requiring help or advice about bullying. So one more reading task will be to choose the correct answers, A, B, C, or D. So let's have a look at some exam tips. At first, we should read the whole text quite quickly for general understanding. Знову ж таки, спершу ми читаємо текст для загального розуміння. Then read the questions and try to find the parts in the text that answer the questions or complete the sentences. You may underline this part. Потім ми читаємо з вами запитання, знаходимо в тексті ті частинки, які на це запитання відповідають, і навіть ви собі можете підкреслювати ці частинки. Now read the option and choose the one that best matches the idea in the text. Потім ми читаємо варіанти, вибираємо найкращий, and look for the words and phrases with similar meanings in the options and the text. І ми звертаємо увагу з вами на синоніми, в питанні і в тексті, які нам допоможуть вибрати правильний варіант. So, let's have a look. We will first read the text about taking exams, and then we will do some tasks. So, let's follow. Probably we'll try again. Влад, можливо, ще раз спробуємо. Можливо, зараз Влад нас почує. Поки Влад нас не чує, Влад з нами просто слідкує за тим, що ми робимо. Окей. So, let's read the text. Taking exams will be one of the most stressful times of your life, especially when you have your parents and your teachers telling you all the time how important exams are. You will probably be under even more pressure if you have an older brother or sister who has already done well in their exams, and your parents expect you to do so too. But don't worry, because it's natural to feel stressed before taking an exam. In fact, research has shown that a little stress in your life can motivate and energize you. However, when the level of stress is too high, it can cause health problems. When preparing for exams, there are many things you can do to lower your level of stress. First of all, you should not leave revision to the last minute. When you give yourself plenty of time to revise, you will be more confident and less stressed out, since you know that you have prepared well. If you don't understand something, getting stressed out will not help. Talk to your teacher or your classmates and ask them to help you out. Now, if you find that you cannot concentrate when you are studying, it is probably because you are too tired. Take a short break, as this will refresh you. Other things you should make sure you do when preparing for your exams are eat healthily and exercise regularly. Eating the right kind of food will give your brain the nutrients it needs. Exercising regularly will give you more energy, clear your mind, and make you feel less stressed. Most importantly, give yourself some time for fun and relaxation. Otherwise, you will be too tired to study. On the day of the exam, there is no point in worrying any longer over whether you have studied hard enough. You should therefore try to remain calm and do your best. If you do not do well, it is not the end of the world. And remember, there is no shame in retaking an exam you have failed. So after reading the text, let's have a look at the questions. So question number 1. What makes students feel even more stressed out about taking exams? And the variants. A. Teachers always telling their parents how important exams are. Having a brother or sister who is taking the same exam. C. Pressure from their parents to do even better than their brothers or sisters. And variant D. Their parents' high expectations. So let's have a look at the text. And at the very beginning, we have got the sentence, you will probably be under even more pressure if you have an older brother or sister who has already done well in their exams, and your parents expect you to do so too. So let's have a look at the question one more time. The correct variant will be variant D. Their parents' high expectations. In the question, you have a noun, and in the text, it is a verb, expect. Question number 2. What have scientists learned about stress? And the variants. A. Even a little stress can be harmful to your health. B. A lot of stress makes a person more energetic. C. A little stress can have a positive effect on a person. D. All unhealthy people have lots of stress. So again, let's turn back to the text. Let's have a look at the first paragraph. Let's pay attention to the end of it, yes, to two last sentences. In fact, research has shown that a little stress in your life can motivate and energize you. Yes, and so let's have a look at the question one more time. The right variant will be variant C. A little stress can have a positive effect on a person. And in the text, we have verbs can motivate, yes, and energize you, meaning can have a positive effect on a person. Next question. What is one way to avoid feeling stressed out about taking an exam? And the variants. Variant A. By revising for an exam up to the last minute. By starting your revision long before your exams. C. By doing plenty of revision exercises. And D. By becoming more confident. So again, let's have a look at the text. This is the second paragraph. Let's have a look at the third sentence here. When you give yourself plenty of time to revise, you will be more confident and less stressed out. So let's have a look again at the question. And here we have variant C. By doing plenty of revision exercises. Plenty of revision, and In the text, you have another phrase, plenty of time to revise. Yes, in the question it is a noun. In the text, it is a verb. So next, number 4. What should you do if you can't concentrate? A, relax for a few minutes. B, eat some healthy food. C, get some exercise. D, go to sleep as you will awake refreshed. And again, let's have a look at the text, the second paragraph. Let's find the sentence. Now, if you find that you cannot concentrate when you are studying, it is probably because you are too tired. Take a short break, and this will refresh you. And again, let's have a look at the questions. And the variant A, yes, will be correct. Relax for a few minutes. And in the text, we have take a short break. Yes, to paraphrase the variant from the question. And the last one, number 5. What does the writer believe? And the variants A, failing an exam is not as embarrassing as retaking an exam. B, there is no point in taking an exam if you haven't studied for it. C, life goes on even you do badly in an exam. And D, being calm will not help very much. So let's have a look. Again, in the end of the text, we have got the sentence. If you do not do well, it is not the end of the world. Yeah, and let's have a look at the variants. Variant C will be correct. Life goes on, even if you do badly in an exam. Life goes on. We have in the text the variant, it is not the end of the world. Yeah, the synonyms. Okay, so now let's have a look at another task, use of English, another task that you will have during your exam. So the first part of it, our task is to read the text below and to choose the correct variant. So let's start. Let's have a look at the text and choose the variants. Foreign languages. Many people say that they would be, and we have the variants found, curious, interested, and interested in learning new language, or they lack the talent. So let's have a look. We have got preposition in after the gap. That's why the only variant possible is letter C. Be interested in. Бути зацікавленим в чомусь. Interested in learning new language. These people were probably discouraged by a bad experience in school. In fact, most people are able to learn foreign languages if they work hard and are dedicated to their goal. It doesn't take special tips, skills, activities, lessons to be an efficient language learner, just an efficient method. So let's have a look at the variants. Tips. Підказки, да? Skills, знання, вміння, activities, певна діяльність, lessons, уроки. And before we have an adjective special, and we have word combination special skills. Take special skills, тобто вимагає або doesn't take, не вимагає якісь певних особливих навичок. So variant B is correct, special skills. So let's continue. Some people and the variants attend, do, study, pass evening classes in language schools, while others prefer to take an online course. So, attend, відвідувати, do, робити, study, навчатися, і pass, ходити або здавати. Да? Наприклад, якщо говоримо про іспити. So, we have got next, after the gap, we have got evening classes. Yes, and the variant that is possible here, this correct, is attend. Attend evening classes, відвідувати вечірні заняття. With hard work, you can do, make, take, set, progress, and achieve fluency in communication, which is the aim of learning to speak foreign language. So let's have a look. We have got noun progress, and the only verb that can be used is the verb make. Make progress, variant B, тобто робити прогрес, да, певний прогрес. And the last sentence, don't forget that learning foreign language helps you open, revise, develop, broaden your horizon. So here we will choose variant D, broaden your horizon, тобто розширювати ваші знання, да, горизонти ваших знань в цьому значенні, да, в цьому контексті broaden, розширювати, broaden your horizons. Now let's have a look at the second part. Yes, we will practice grammar a little bit. Campaign for teenagers. Again, we have got the text, the gaps, so let's read and fill in the gaps. When school finishes for the summer, most students like to go to places which, who, where, or that they can have fun. So if we're talking about places, yes, to go to places, the only suitable pronoun is where. Where, variant C. Where, тобто де, да? Коли говоримо про місце, де. Where they can have fun. But not everyone has the same idea of fun. There are teenagers who prefer going to special camps where they can learn survival skills. These camps, which can be found all over the world, usually accept teenagers aged between 16 and 18, and are often located near big cities. At one such camp, teenagers spend more all their days, taking part in extreme sports like rock climbing and developing skills that will help them alive if they find them one out of themselves in danger. So, gap number 7. Teenagers spend, let's have a look, their days. Yes, we're talking about teenagers. So they spend their days, їх дні проводять, their days, taking part in extreme sports. And gap 8, if they find themselves in danger. So, it is a reflexive pronoun, коли ми говоримо, коли людина говорить сама про себе, да, ми вживаємо саме такі займенники they and we have themselves, да, відповідний займенник у множині variant D. They find themselves in danger, тобто вони знаходять себе у небезпеці. The campers are divided into groups and each group votes for a leader who will be in charge. The leader has to wake everyone up at 6 o'clock every morning. And next, the variants. Yes, we will start with the gap. There is, there are, there is some. Excursions to mountains, lakes, and other places where the campers learn to survive under difficult conditions, protecting not only themselves, but also each other, each one, another, or the other. So let's have a look. Gap 9. If you want to describe something, and we're describing excursions, yes, to mountains, we will use variant, two variants. Actually, possible there is or there are. We should decide whether it is singular or plural. Ми з вами з'ясовуємо, це в нас однина чи множина. Excursion у нас множина, тому варіант у нас буде C. Variant C, there are, for plural forms. And gap 10, but also, let's have a look at the beginning. So, protecting not only themselves, but also each other. Variant A. Вони захищають не лише себе, а й один одного. Yes, each other. Variant A. So, now we will discuss one more theme. We will review art and culture. We will start again with vocabulary. Let's have a look. If we're talking about art and culture, again, you may follow the translation, and I just will read the English words we may use in this theme. Art gallery, abstract art, art festival, art lover, art, artist, classic, collection, cultural center, cultural institution, exhibit, exhibition, historical monument, or see the monuments, landscape, masterpiece, modern art exhibition, museum, photography, portrait, preview, sculpture or sculptor, statue, still life, work of art, or piece of art. So if I want to speak about films, we may use the following words: director, receive an award, scene, soundtrack. The film is directed by. The film is set in place or in time. And for example, the name of an actor or an actress stars in the film. Kinds of films. Autobiographical or biographical film, action film, adventure film, cartoon, children's film, comedy, detective film, documentary, drama, educational film, feature film, film based on a true story, historical film, horror film, love story or romantic film, musical, nature film, science fiction film, silent film, thriller, war film. Books. A piece of literature or a work of literature. Bookworm. Classical, contemporary, or modern literature. Crime story or detective story. Drama. Enjoyable. Fairy tale. Fantasy novel. Love story. Novel. Science fiction book. Short story. Story. So, TV programs. Current affairs, entertainment program, live program, news program or sports program, phone-in, political debate, quiz show, series, sitcom, soap opera, talk show or chat show, weather forecast. So if you're talking about theater, applause, audience, backstage, boo, children's theater, dressing room, performance, play, poster, puppet theater, rehearsal, row, stage, stage or perform, stage fright, the show's been running for a year, what's on at the theater? Press, article, column, daily newspaper or paper, if it's informal, issue, letter to the editor, a local newspaper or regional newspaper, newspaper editor, news photographer, newspaper with a TV guide, journalist, subscribe, tabloid, today's newspaper or yesterday's newspaper, weekly magazine or monthly magazine. Music. Band, choir, concert hall, concert tour, conduct, a conductor, give a concert. He has strange taste in music. Listen to music, live concert, lyrics, music festival, music instrument, orchestra, piece of music, play or sing out of tune, plays the piano, plays the guitar, plays the drums, release an album, write a music or compose a music, and kinds of music. Yes, we may also use the following vocabulary: classical, dance or electronic, heavy metal, jazz, blues, soul, Latin, pop, punk, rap, hip hop, R&B, reggae, rock, and trap. So, other words and phrases: admission fee, appear in the film, audition, box office failure or a flop, box office hit or success, box office, cameraman, cast, controversial book or controversial film, dubbed film, film premiere, film star, go to see a film, hero or character, newsreader, plot, recommend, remote control, review, screenplay or script, shoot a film or make a film, special effects, stuntman, subtitles. The film tells the story of, or the book tells the story of. Trailer, TV program, TV channel or TV station, TV viewer or TV audience. Literature, bestseller, chapter, character, fiction or non-fiction, poetry. And kinds of literature, autobiography, biography, historical novel, science fiction book. And the last part, dance, ballet, ballroom, hip-hop, or modern. So now let's practice again. We will practice reading, but a little bit different task. Our task will be to read the text below and to make choices. AH216. There are 2 choices you do not need to use. Again, let's have a look at exam tips. So in such task, you read the instruction carefully. In this type of exam task, you have to match the questions with the paragraphs which give answers to them. Next, read the text for general understanding and then read the questions. Underline keywords in the question. Read the text one more time and underline the parts which answer the question. Remember, the ideas expressed must be the same, not just similar. Pay careful attention to the individual words used in both the questions and the text, as there may be subtle difference in the meaning. Note that there are 3 choices that you do not need to use. Знову ж таки, виконуючи таке завдання, ми читаємо текст, ви дивитеся на варіанти, які вам треба буде підібрати до кожного з тексту, ви шукаєте, можете підкреслювати собі ключові слова, які допоможуть відповісти на це запитання, і ви звертаєте увагу на те, що думка, яка виражена і в тексті, і в питанні, має бути однакова, а не просто схожа. Да? Ми знову ж таки звертаємо увагу на слова, на синоніми, які є в питаннях і тексті, тому що інколи може бути дуже така незначна різниця у значенні. So, let's practice, let's have a look. At first we will just read the questions, let's have a look at the questions. Which venue? Ми поговоримо про певні місця. Да? Треба з'ясувати, яке ж місце. Да? Будемо підбирати. Which venue? Variant A has functioned as a cinema. B gives you the chance to see shows without being there. C looks like something that can be eaten. D welcomes poets on its smaller stages. E provides an excellent listening experience. F allows you to enjoy a meal near the water. G has seen significant changes in design. And H allows visitors to stand on top of it. So now let's have a look at the text. Text 1. The Colón Theater is located in the center of Buenos Aires, Argentina. It is one of the best opera houses in the world because of the way it is designed and the quality of sound it offers to audience. Famous singers such as Mrija and Luciano Pavarotti, as well as important composers such as Igor Stravinsky, have performed there. So let's have a look at the questions. And so the right variant here will be E, provides an excellent listening experience. In this text, we may underline the keywords. Let's have a look at the sentence, the way it is designed and the quality of sound it offers to the audience. Тобто у нас парафразовано, якість звуку, яка запропонована аудиторії. And the variant we have provides an excellent listening experience. Тобто найкращий звуковий досвід, прослуховування, наприклад, опери, який людина може отримати. Letter E. So, text number 2. The National Center for the Performing Arts in Beijing, China, has got a funny nickname because of its design, the Giant Duck. Even though this magnificent building is located in the heart of the city, the man-made lake and the trees around it create a peaceful atmosphere. There you can attend opera, dance, musical and theatrical performances, as well as traditional Chinese opera. So let's have a look at the questions. So variant C looks like something that can be eaten. And in the text, let's have a look. We have got the third line. Yes, the giant egg. Yes, it's like a keyword that helps us to choose this variant. Гігантське яйце, and we choose variant C. Looks like something that can be eaten. Те, що ми можемо. So next, text 3. One of the most famous theaters in Kyiv is the Taras Shevchenko National Opera and Ballet Theater of Ukraine. It is named after the important Ukrainian poet Taras Shevchenko. Concerts, ballets, and operas are staged there. The building first opened its doors in 1901 and has since been reconstructed twice. Today, it can hold 1,304 people. So let's have a look at the variants. So we have letter G, let's have a look, has seen significant changes in design. То значні зміни в дизайні. And let's have a look at the text. Last line, передостанній рядочок, has since been reconstructed twice. Тобто театр був двічі реконструйований. Next, text 4. Radio City Music Hall in New York City is the largest indoor theater in the world. It is an impressive venue that can hold 5,900 people. Popular concerts and shows are held there. In addition, films like Mary Poppins and The Lion King were shown there for the first time. Some film premieres still take place at Radio City today, but not as often as in the past. So let's have a look. Variant A has functioned as a cinema. And let's have a look. The text, we have got the sentence. In addition, films like Mary Poppins and The Lion King were shown there for the first time. Тобто фільми були там показані, і ми вибираємо варіант function as a cinema. Виконував функцію кінотеатру. Да? Раніше був кінотеатр. Variant A. So next, number 5. The Royal Opera House is located in London's Covent Garden. You can visit it to enjoy opera and ballet or just to have a bite and to drink at one of its many restaurants and cafes. The theater is home to the world-famous Royal Opera and the Royal Ballet. Their performances are often broadcast online or through the radio or TV around the world. So let's have a look at the variants. Variant B gives you the chance to see shows without being there. Ви можете побачити шоу там не перебуваючи. And in the text we have got the sentence. Have a look, please. Their performances, the last sentence. Their performances are often broadcast online. Тобто вони транслюються онлайн. Or through radio and TV around the world. Або по радіо чи телебаченню. And the last, number 6. The Oslo Opera House in Norway is impressive to look at, as it seems to be floating on the waters of Oslo Fjord. The architects used stone, wood, and metal to create this modern building. Apart from the main stage, there are 2 smaller performance halls. Visitors can walk on the roof of the building and enjoy amazing views. So let's have a look at the variants. Variant H allows visitors to stand on top of it. Тобто допомагає, дозволяє відвідувачам побувати на вершині цього приміщення. And in the text, have a look, please. The last sentence. Visitors can walk on the roof. Відвідувачі можуть перебувати на даху цієї будівлі. And enjoy amazing views. Бачити гарний дивовижний вид. And the last task we're going to discuss today is the use of English. Again, we will try to choose the right variants. We will start with the task, the disappearing act. Let's read and let's choose the variants. It's opening night and the actors are waiting in the wings for the curtains to go up. The stage manager noticed that one of the actors is not there. The person, which is, who is, whose, who is, missing is the leading actor. So if you're talking about a person, a human being, we use pronoun who. That's why variant B, who is, тобто людина, яка є відсутньою, who is missing, variant B, is the lead actor. The assistant stage manager goes looking for him. He finds the actor sitting on the floor of the toilet, his head in his hands. His face is white and he is shaken. I'm sorry, he says. I feel terrible. I am not so well, too well, well enough, very well to go on stage. So, have a look, please, at variant C. I'm not well enough. То я себе недостатньо гарно почуваю to go on stage, so вийти на сцену. I feel like I'm going to be sick. Luckily, the assistant has seen it all before. It's classic stage fright. Stage fright, who, that is, which, or whose, can happen to the most experienced of actors, can happen at any point in a show, not just before a play starts, and it doesn't have to be a first night performance. So, тут у нас підмет stage fright. It is not a human being. Якщо ми говоримо про неживу істоту або якийсь певний об'єкт чи поняття, then we will use the preposition which. Yes, variant C is the correct one. Which can happen. So let's continue. It can be in the middle of the play when a thought suddenly flies into the actor's head. He may, for instance, think that he is not performing up to standard and that he is boring the audience. Suddenly, he is too upset to continue. He just wants to run off the stage and hide. If you would like to be, or to be a performer, but are worried about stage fright, the good thing is you can use verb to your advantage. So let's stop here. Let's have a look at gap number 4. After the phrase would like, we use the infinitive. Після виразу я б хотів, чи ти б хотів, would like, ми використовуємо інфінітив. Тому єдиний варіант можливий to be, variant A, to be a performer. So the good thing is you can use verb to your advantage, as feeling nervous can often lead to someone perform, to perform, will perform, or performing at their best. Variant D is correct. To someone performing. Людина, яка виступає найбільшими силами своїми. At their best. Performing at their best. And let's have a look at one more task. So, modern museums, some vocabulary aspects. Let's read them again, fill in the gaps. Traditionally, museums played an important role. Places where works of art from around the world were painted, collected, performed or released, preserved and exhibited for people to see. So, painted, намальовані, collected, зібрані, performed, виконані, виконувати, наприклад, п'єсу, and released, випущені, випускати щось. Let's have a look at variant B. Collected. Works of art from around the world were collected, тобто роботи мистецтва були зібрані, preserved, збережені, and exhibited, виставлені для людей, for people to see. Such experience of visitors in these museums was primarily an historical, controversial, visual, theatrical one. So, let's have a look. Historical, історичний, controversial, суперечливий, visual, візуальний, научний, можемо сказати, theatrical, театральний. So, if we're talking about the previous sentence, exhibited for people to see, тобто, щоб люди побачили щось, so then we're talking about some visual one, візуальна, variant C. Тобто, ми дивимося і на попереднє речення, щоб зрозуміти, який варіант буде правильний. Variant C, visual one. However, the role of modern museums is changing. They develop into more dynamic cultural institutions, transformations, reminders, and landscapes with a focus on local cultural identity. Institutions, інститути, transformations, перетворення, reminders, залишки, landscapes, пейзажі. So let's have a look at the end of the sentence. Local cultural identity. Коли ми говоримо про культурну ідентичність, у нас мається на увазі cultural institutes, культурні інститути. Інститут може бути не лише як вищий навчальний заклад, в переносному значенні. In doing so, many museums are creating more directed, conventional, classic, or interactive exhibits which appeal to all the senses. So, directed, направлені, conventional, звичні, classical, класичні, interactive, інтерактивні. Знову ж таки, дивимося на речення. Let's have a look at the end, which appeal to all the senses. Звертається до всіх почуттів людини. Then it is interactive. Інтерактивні виставки. Interactive exhibits variant D is correct. And the last sentence. In Qatar's new National Museum, visitors walk from one stage, ballroom, gallery, conference, to the next on floors which rise and fall like sand dunes in desert. So again, we are talking about museum, yes, National Museum, that's why gallery, єдиний варіант, який можливий, в музеях у нас галереї, gallery, from one gallery to the next, over floors which rise and fall like sand dunes in the desert. Okay, so thank you for your attention. I hope it was useful, it was helpful, and I wish you good luck passing your exams.